Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the podcast. So in this podcast, I kind of promised that there won't be any more video issues, that I will have fixed it, but the video cuts out 15 minutes in. I'm very sorry for that, but please enjoy and just listen. Watch for 15 minutes, and then you can get up and do whatever you need to do and listen to it in the background. Action! What is up? Welcome back to another episode of Written and Directed By with me, Harrison Berger. If you're watching the video podcast, sorry for the sunglasses. I'm filming at the worst possible time. I mean, it's pretty good if you're making a movie, because the sun is right and almost just at its sweet spot. But for filming this out here on this beautiful beach patio, I'm extremely backlit, and it is not fun. And I'm still trying to figure out this whole recording situation here with the box and the recorder, and trying to make myself be heard, and I don't know how to work this dang thing. You would think I would know, so I'm just messing with all the system knobbies and whatnot. I can only hear through one headphone. I can't hear anything on the right. I don't know what is happening. But the good news is I have fresh batteries in the recorder, and we're good to go. If you're watching the video podcast, I don't know what's been going on with the footage. I just checked on the upload of last week's podcast, and I don't know why the video is so choppy. So I apologize for that. It's not my fault. I'm a filmmaker. I swear. I normally doesn't happen to me, and I promise that won't happen again. I'll make sure with this one that it doesn't happen. I'm being watched through a window. My sister and her friend are staring at me, doing ridiculous dance moves while I'm trying to conduct a show. Anyhow, I promise that won't happen next time. This time. It won't happen this time. I'm a filmmaker. You can trust me on that. That I've made movies before, and they don't look like choppy like this. I'm wearing this awesome new shirt. If you didn't already know that, got this floral shirt because I like floral patterns, and two, it looked cool. So why not, And I'm on the beach. I live in a beach town. I'm on the beach right now, and it felt right. And I think I can hear a plane coming. Hopefully that doesn't affect us. I don't feel like holding for plane. Sorry that this episode was late, by the way. I was up north, Northern California. It's up north in Carmel by the Sea. Most beautiful place and most dog-friendly place I've ever been. I've never been to a place where you can walk your dog into any shop or restaurant and they'll welcome your dog. It was super cool. I would go there. It was freezing. It was like 50 degrees most of the time, and it's July, so go figure. One night we sat by a lit fireplace, because it was cold, and it's July. So, yeah. Anyhow, happy 4th of July. Hope everyone had a safe 4th of July. I didn't do anything. I don't like these national holidays or whatever. Whatever these holidays are. I feel like they're just an excuse to get drunk and, just get fucked up for no reason other than the sake of getting fucked up. And I don't really find that cool or fun. So I could honestly care less about these types of holidays like St. Patrick's Day and 4th of July, whatever. I appreciate what they stand for, like the holidays, but like what comes with them and like getting plastered for the sake of the holiday that's just stupid. And I don't know. I'd rather do something else. Yeah, I don't know. But I still had a great day. It was still fun. I was on the beach. Got a little burnt because I'm pasty white. Got a little sunburnt. But hopefully it'll turn into a nice tan. It won't. Hopefully I'll look nice. I'll just be red. I'm a lobster. I'm a red lobster. Yeah. That's the thing about being pasty white and having a Polish heritage is that I'm very, very, very white. I just burn. One day I may catch just straight fire like a vampire. So I spend most of my time under an umbrella and lathered in sunscreen, and that still does not help. Doesn't help one little bit. I still get burnt. Very rarely do I survive. So yeah, I was last week I was talking about figuring out if I talked about judging other people and just all around judgment. I realized that I didn't talk about it after going through the first podcast. I didn't even touch on it. So I got my notes. I actually pulled them up on my computer this time. So because I'm using my phone, I tried setting up my camera. And I'm just obviously backlit as shit, and I don't even know if this looks good. I tried focusing it, but the sun is directly behind me. That's why I'm on an angle today. I don't know. Hopefully it looks good. It's all trial and error, folks. But yeah. It's also really windy. So maybe that's what that noise is. I don't know. It's hot as shit today. Have not stopped sweating. It's like in the 90s. And I'm by the ocean. That should not be a thing. I mean, come on. It was just 50 degrees in Carmel. What happened to that? Pfft. Pisses me off. Weather. And there's no global warming, folks. Just so you know. It's bullshit. Of course there is. Anyhow, today I'm soaking wet not only because I'm sweating, but I just showered. So, yeah, I worked out hard in the gym, crushed it, got all my lifts in, bro. No, but for real, I worked out. It feels so good to work out. I haven't worked out in like a week because there was no gym at the hotel that we stayed at in Carmel. That bummed me out because I love working out, just moving my body in any way other than running. Like doing any physical activity is the best, especially for me. If I don't do anything for like 2 days, I start turning into a pile of mush, which is unfortunate. But I just love working out. I need like at least a half hour to an hour, and then I'm good. Just need to get a little pump. Just need to get a little pump and some cardio. But yeah, did that. And before that, I saw "Won't You Be My Neighbor," the Mr. Rogers documentary, and it was unbelievable. It was so good. I think it has to be one of my favorite documentaries. Probably. I watch a bunch, but I think this has to be my number one favorite. It was so moving, and Mr. Rogers' message was so powerful. I cried. Cried at the end. I teared up a few times. It was so unbelievably moving and heartwarming, and man, what a fantastic and unbelievable person he was. Just everything he did for everything that he did for children and tried to do for adults and the world. So just unbelievable. Just loved everyone for who they were. And that's all it is about. That's the reason why there's so much hate and negativity, is because everyone hates someone or dislikes someone or judges someone for no reason. There's literally no reason. And people judge each other because of insecurities. My sisters are very annoying. Go away. Hey, how about you go away? Anyway. They need to go away. They're just dancing in the window. And it would be great if they could just leave. Great. Oh, this is why I need to do this in my own place. Because they are very annoying. They need to go away. Go away, shoo shoo. What was I saying? Judgment? Oh yeah, judgment. Yeah, that's why there's so much negativity going on. People have insecurities about themselves, and the only way that they can get through that is to pick on and belittle and put hate onto other people, because that's the only way they can feel comfortable about themselves. And it's really a shame, because there's absolutely no need for it. What is hating on someone else gonna do for you? Nothing. If anything, it's gonna make the other person just feel terrible. Literally no point. No point. And sure, it might make you feel better about yourself for a minute, but then you gotta find someone else to belittle and hate on. And that's just fucking ridiculous. So stupid. We gotta stop judging people. You know, they're cliches because they're cliches for a reason, because there's so much truth behind them. But you can't judge a book by its cover. And it's one of the biggest cliches, but it's so true. A YouTuber, a vlogger, Shay Carl, I used to follow him for years. He always said, the secret to life is hidden behind the word cliche. And there are so many truths to cliches, because what are behind them is, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. There's so much truth behind cliches because of the meaning that they hold. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. You know, like, we really shouldn't. There's no reason that we should look at someone or something and already give it judgment when we know nothing about that person or thing. I just experienced this myself. I was the one that passed the judgment a couple weeks ago. I was working in this event, and I showed up. I wasn't it was my first time working with this group of people, and I walked in and I immediately looked at all 5 of these people, or however many, and just said, I don't really like these people. That one's stuck up. she seems dumb. You know, I don't know, I probably have nothing in common with him, and this guy, he's probably the bossy or whatever, you know. Whatever I was thinking of those people at the moment. And I had never met these people. And as time went on, I got to talk to them. They were nothing of what I had thought. And I wouldn't, and that's why you can't judge people. You can't judge a person until you meet them. And even after you meet them, you still can't judge them. Like, who are you to judge? We're nobody. Even if you're someone, you don't have a right to judge another person based on what they did or have done. I mean, unless they killed someone or they're, you know, a pedophile or something. And, hey, whatever. Judge them because they're pieces of shit. But if I don't know you and you don't know me and, you know, you've never heard of me or vice versa, like, you have no right to judge me and I have no right to judge you just based on what you're wearing or doing. You know, maybe if you have a swastika on your shirt or your arm, then I'm going to judge you, but really, you know, you can't, and we as a society do that a lot. We look at things, look at people, and say the first thought that comes to us, and we have no idea. And then we find out a little bit more about that thing or person, and we're like, oh shit, this person's the greatest person I've ever met, or that's the best book or movie I've ever read or seen, but that's only after you've experienced it. But we as people jump to conclusions so quickly, and it's baffling. Like, hey, I'm just as guilty of it as the next person, and it's crazy. We all need to stop, because, like I said, who are we to judge? No one should judge. Like, it's so. Also, judgment is. It promotes negativity. You know? And then the world is so fucked up right now that we don't need that. We don't need more negativity and judgment. Why don't we, instead of judging people, we get to know and make more friends and be friends with more people. Fuck. My parents just got back. Now everyone's looking through here judging me. Just kidding. Maybe. I don't know. They could be judging me, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's, I don't know, judgment is a huge topic. Maybe I'll come back to it, but I thought I would touch on it just a little bit because it bothers me. We you know, Mr. Rogers had the song, you know, the I Like You for You, and that's really all it matters. That's it. You shouldn't like someone because they have money or they're buff or they have connections or they have a cool car. You should like them because they're quirky, or you should just like them because of who they are, because they make you laugh, they make you feel good, they want to hang out with you, you know, you want to hang out with them, you feel inspired from them, you know, they make you smile. Whatever it is, there's just, you gotta like person for who they are. And it's okay to not like people, because there's plenty of people that we all don't like, but the second you judge them, man, that's where you go wrong. But fuck, that Mr. Rogers movie was amazing. I think I'm gonna have to see it again. There's a bunch of movies I want to see. I want to go see Sicario. If I wasn't in Carmel last week, I would have seen a bunch of movies, but there was no movie theater, and I mean there was one close in Monterey, but I didn't feel like, you know, driving, and I was just hanging out with my parents and my sister and the dogs and meeting people, and it was fun. So, but the Ant-Man and the Wasp came out yesterday. I gotta go see that. I'm a diehard Marvel fan. Like as much as I dislike where the film industry is right now with movies and how they're only banking off these really high budgeted blockbuster movies like Star Wars and Marvel movies and DC and just, things that are just making them billions of dollars. I gotta go see it. I'm a huge comic book nerd. I have boxes and boxes and boxes and bookshelves, just shelves and shelves of comics, Japanese comics, American comics. I mean, you name it. I love it. So I gotta go see it. I'm also working on my superhero physique, so just more inspiration. So I'm gonna go see that one. There's another documentary called Three Identical Strangers about 3 triplets. Wow, that's redundant, huh? 3 triplets. About triplets who were separated at birth, and they find each other over, they happen to go to the same college or something, and then they find each other. I don't know, but it looks like an incredible story, so I gotta go see that. Gotta go see, I got my list right here. I don't know, might as well just pull it up. Leave No Trace. That looked pretty good. Eating Animals. That's another documentary about the food industry and how we need more sustainable farming. Natalie Portman, I think produced that. I know she's the narrator in it, but I gotta go see that. God, if I could marry Natalie Portman, it's been like my Hollywood crush since she was Padme. God, so hot. And then I gotta see Don't Worry, He Won't Get Too Far on Foot with Joaquin Phoenix and Jonah Hill. That looks really good. I love Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's an underrated actor, and he's finally getting some movies again. I don't know. He's one of those actors that like take a break and then come back and do whatever, and he's like gone for a while, and then he'll come back and have a hit, and then be gone for a while, and then come back, and then I don't know. But hey, whatever his process is, he's an amazing actor. And then Sorry to Bother You looks pretty good. Mission Impossible and Skyscraper. And I think that's it. I think that's my June-July list. August is going to be pretty good. I'm really looking forward to the new Spike Lee joint, Black Klansman. That's one of my favorite things that Spike Lee does is instead of saying like a new film by Spike Lee, it's a new joint by Spike Lee. I don't know. He's such a creative guy. I have I saw him live. I saw him speak at when I went to Arizona State. I went with did I go with my brother? Or maybe I went with my friend. I don't know. Either way, I saw Spike Lee talk. It was awesome. It was cool. I forgot about that. Let's get back to my notes. I don't know. Should I talk about this too? Yeah, why not? Only 24 minutes in. How you guys doing? Doing good? Yeah? Cool. Well, hope you're sitting back and enjoying, and everything's all bueno. Anyhow, yeah, let's talk about the next topic. Moving on. Take 2. Scene 2. Action, I want to talk about taking your own advice. A lot of people don't. I used to be. Sometimes I still am a part of the people that don't take your own advice. There's such a problem with hypocrites. It makes me mad. because people who sit and preach or give advice, and most of the time it's great advice, good advice, but they don't practice it. They just sit they don't practice their own advice, and you can't do that. You gotta, if you're gonna tell someone something, and especially if it's gonna if it's, I don't know, let's just say relationship advice, for instance, because that's what comes to mind. If you're going to tell them to do something or say this is how you should go about it, and then when it happens to you and you don't do that, like what the hell? What are you doing? You can't just it baffles me. I used to I'm not a perfect human. I've done it. I'm working on it. But people have got to stop. People have got to start taking their own advice if they're going to give it. Like my dad, for instance. We were, I don't know, this is honestly the reason why I wrote down this topic. I forget what the actual incident was, but we were here in San Diego doing something, and he had said something, and then I think he gave some advice, and then later on he wound up not following that advice. He did the exact opposite of what he had said to my sister, and so I kind of called him out on it. I said, how are you giving advice if you're doing the opposite of what you said to do? Like, you give all this great advice, you tell people these things, and your advice is amazing, but when it comes to your own self and personal life, you don't follow any of that. And it's very hypocritical, especially if you're all about it, being positive and inspiring and doing so on and so forth, and then when you go home you don't do that. You can't better yourself, because it all starts with yourself. You can't be better. You can't. The idea is by bettering yourself, you better other people. And if you try to better other people, but don't do anything for yourself, it's not going to work. It becomes null. Because it all comes back to, if you don't love and respect yourself, then you can't respect and love someone else. And Mr. Rogers had the same ideology. Love of others comes from love with self. He was I didn't even know he was an ordained minister, and so his Christian beliefs really backed a lot of what he was talking about. But he just did it on a level where everyone could connect with him. And so a lot of his message was, love thyself to love another. Hence, won't you be my neighbor, Love thyself as thy neighbor. Voila. But yeah, we gotta stop being hypocrites. We gotta stop preaching things to people and then not taking our own advice. I do it too. I've done it recently. But the thing is, you gotta catch yourself in those moments, otherwise you'll never get past it. And once you figure out that once you're conscious of these things that you're doing, judging people and being hypocritical, as soon as you recognize it, that those things you're doing, is when you'll be able to stop and reflect and look at it and then change. But a lot of times people can't see that, or they either choose not to, they're not aware of it, or they are and they don't care. But as soon as you awaken and realize that you're doing these things, that's the moment where you change and you grow and you learn. We learn from our mistakes. We learn from past what's the word? I don't know. Drawing a blank on the words. I don't want to say mistakes again, but past experiences. And that's the only way we progress. Yeah, those are the two topics I wanted to talk about today. Let's see. Any film news? Anything up in the film biz? I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up. I should be. I gotta get on some film news site or something. Just keep up to date with everything that goes on. I have some film news though. I'm getting closer to screening my film. Just contacted this Western Museum in Arizona where I'm trying to screen it. It would be really cool to screen it there. I think it would be a cool vibe. Otherwise, I gotta do it at my parents' house, and I mean that's fine and all. I don't know. Kind of want it to be themed, you know. I think it would be a lot more fun that way. Just get everyone in the mood, in the Western mood, other than a house. But you know, I don't know. I'll figure it out. What else? I don't know. Shit, I don't know. I'm working on a film next week. Got this PA job through a mentor of mine. It's not paying, but it's a lot of experience, and that's all, you know, that's all I really care about is the experience and meeting people and the connections. So I'm really excited for that. Hopefully it'll be cool. I don't know anyone on the set. I don't know the actors. I don't know who the director is or the writer. I've never heard of them. They're a low budget indie movie, but you know, hey, I love helping out, and it'll be my first LA production, so that'll be really cool. I'm really stoked for it. I just love movies. I love movies. I love movies. I love movies. Did you guys know I love movies? They're honestly my favorite thing in this world. I don't know, sometimes I just get so emotional not from the movie itself, because that can happen too, but I just love the way movies make me feel. Honestly, I don't care how they make other people feel. I just love the way they make me feel, and if I can make someone else feel anywhere near as close as I do, that's all I care about. That's all I want to do. That's my goal with movies. And I'm also moving. This month I'm moving, just literally moving 5 minutes down the road to live with my buddy Justin, who is my actor friend. He has been in a bunch of my stuff. He's in all the itty bitty movies on the Instagram page, which we just posted. Finger Guns, so that's up if you guys want to kill a minute, and then you can rewatch it, and if you rewatch it twice, that's 3 minutes. So, you know, I think it's a lot of fun. It's stupid fun. And then we got some movies in the works, short films. Gonna do a superhero one. Love me some superheroes. And let's see. Yeah, I met with a friend of mine who's a stunt coordinator, stunt choreographer. We're gonna work on a superhero movie, so that's sick. I'm super excited. I've always wanted to do a superhero movie with stunts. I was gonna do it. Me and my 2 friends were gonna shoot out in Malibu, on this beach, this rocky beach, and just do crazy stunts and try to do it as safely as possible. But now that I have, who, by the way, my friends have like, if you have like a percentage of on a percentage scale of whether of how much stunts they've done, they're both probably at like a 5. I don't know, maybe higher than that. But now that my friend Ben, I met Ben, who's a great choreographer. We're gonna do this really awesomely, and that's not a word, but we're gonna do it awesomely, and I'm super excited. So I gotta work on that script. I'm working on a horror script. Oh, I got a typewriter. That's cool. When we were driving up to Carmel, we stopped in Shell City. No. Shell City is in SpongeBob, where they go. Shell City's in SpongeBob. Oh shit. Shell Beach. That's where we went, and we went and got lunch at this little cafe. And behind this cafe, basically connected, was a little antique shop. And I was just looking in the back. This guy had some really old cameras and stuff, and I saw this really super antique typewriter, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But it was like one of those ones that looked like those 50s cash registers, and I just wasn't into it. I've always wanted a typewriter. There was just something about it that I was like, eh. And I just happened to glance down, and I saw this like briefcase looking thing, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a typewriter, and if not, it's a briefcase. And I opened it, and sure enough, it was a typewriter from like probably about like the 70s or 80s or whenever, and tested it out. It worked perfect. Bought it for like $40. I looked on Etsy and Amazon to see how much the similar one would go for, and it went for $140 to about $200. So I snagged it. Now all I have to do is go on Amazon or wherever and buy a new ribbon for like $10 and some oil, and these scripts are gonna write themselves. These scripts are just gonna fly out the machine. Trust me. I'm gonna channel whatever spirit was using that typewriter and just ding. 600 pages. Got like 10 scripts. Wait, that was bad math. 6 scripts. 6 feature-length scripts. So I'm really excited for that. Anyway, what was I saying? How did I get here from moving? Oh, it's because I was talking about Justin. Yes, I'm moving. Tangents. Tangents are fun. Yeah, so got the typewriter. I'm really excited to start using it. But I gotta wait till I get home to order the ribbons. And then in August, like second week of August or so, I'm gonna be moving in with my friend Justin, which is gonna be dope. I'm super excited. I'm a little nervous though. I've lived with best friends and really good friends and close friends in the past, and it hasn't really worked out. So, I mean, there was other things involving, like other pieces to the puzzle that just made it not work out. So I don't know. Me and Justin have a great friendship. He's like a brother. Sometimes he's annoying as fuck, but hey, what brother isn't? But I don't know. I think it'll work out great. We're really good friends. But you know, there is that like 10% of me that's slightly nervous about it, but who knows? We'll see. It'll be good. I know it will be. He's a great guy. So when I get back, I gotta start some packing, and but there's like a week or so, like 10 days or so where I can't, because I'll be working on that film. But then I'll have like a week after that, like a full week after that, and where I'm cat sitting, I guess, for a friend. I don't know. I just said I would. So in between there, I'm going to be boxing up my apartment. I guess I got to look for a storage unit. I hate storage units. I mean, they're good because you can put all your shit there, but you got to go move all your shit there, and then you got to get it. And the problem is, my friend's roommate, Justin's roommate, his current roommate is moving out, but she can't move out till the second week of August. And my lease is up July 30th. So I got to put my shit in storage. And then I'm probably going to go home to Arizona to stay with my parents for 2 weeks and do some work there, some film work there for their business. And then come back and move in. But moving is a pain in the ass. I really don't like it. But it's all good. I'm going to move into a cool and better place. My current place is great. I love it. The location I love. The place not so much. It's a little outdated. My roommate's, it's a random roommate, so it's whatever. Could be better situation, but it's all good. It is what it is. But no like major problems. So, I can't complain. She smokes. That's the biggest complaint. So I'm happy to be moving because of that reason. It just smells like stale cigarettes, and I don't like that. A lot of people in the building smoke, and it's just really gross. So that's the biggest complaint there. So I'm just kind of happy to move on. It's going to be a new chapter in the book of Harrison. And me and Justin have started a podcast. I gotta fix it. We started one a couple months ago, and we never did anything with it, so I gotta edit it and kind of piece it together and kind of see what we can do. It's called Ironically Stupid. So if it's not out right now, but I will let you know. And we're just two goofballs having a silly goose time, and it's not as serious as this. And I try not to make this super serious because I want people to have fun, and I don't want it to be a lecture. I want trying to connect with younger people, and I'm trying to connect with everybody, but I don't know. We'll kind of see. We'll see how it goes. How everything just flows and like a stream, I want it to flow like a little river. We're getting close to the 45-minute mark. I don't really want to make these extremely long because I don't want people to sit here and just get bored, but I want to go ahead and thank my sponsor, myself, for putting this together, because without myself I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't be able to put it online, and we just gotta thank myself, because without me this podcast wouldn't be here. So thank you, Harrison Burger. Thank you. You're welcome. But make sure you go ahead and rate and review and this podcast, subscribe to it. Tell all your friends about it. Tell your family about it. Please, it means the world to me. If there's topics that you guys want to hear about, let me know. I'll be very open to listening to if there's things people want me to talk about. Because, that's what I'm here to do. Next week's going to be cool. I got some fun things planned this weekend that I'm very excited to talk about. Hopefully I'll go see some movies. Got a concert I'm going to. So yeah, it'll be a fun weekend. Gonna be wrapping up the San Diego stay and getting back to LA. I was just gonna talk about something, but I don't remember. Anyhow, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like I said, subscribe to the podcast. And check me out on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, you name it. I just posted another video on my art channel on Harrison Berger. All the links will be below, and wherever you're listening, or in the video, the links will be in below. And the links for these pages, if you're listening to on SoundCloud or wherever, Cutbox or Anchor. I don't know where you guys listen to your podcast, but wherever you're listening to it, there is links in the descriptions on my profile. There's links for all these things there, so go ahead and click it. I drew a picture from one of my favorite animes, One Piece. Drew Luffy. So if you want to go see that, go check it out. Much appreciated if you do, and like it and leave a comment. We'll reply to all of them. I'll reply to every comment and question that you leave me until there's just too many of them. But at the moment, there's not. So, yeah. It's been real, guys. It's been fun. God, the sunset is amazing. I know you can't see it from there. But yeah, I love the ocean. I love being by the water. Anyhow, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Cut.